Hey everybody, welcome back in. I am going to stitch some bags for y'all. I am making satin gift bags. I had an order that I had for a client that got lost in the sauce somewhere, so we're going to remake it really quickly for her. And I'm going to kill two birds with one stone by creating this on a live feed for you guys. So, hello everyone. Minave Chrissy is my name. I own Minave. We are a satin hair care loungewear accessory brand. We make a little bit of everything, but satin is pretty much what we love to dabble in. And again, I'm making these for a client. This is a satin bag that she will be using to package her items. So satin bags are a great option to just level up your packaging, or they can be offered as a personalized feature for other items that you have in your shop. So if you're a custom shop and you have the ability to press and customize, we sell these blank right now. So you can get these on our site, minivate.com, and you can offer these as a personalized option to increase the value of an item that you already offer. Or you can do like I do and add a logo or a graphic for another business and sell them as packaging for a business client if you dabble in business to business transactions. It's a super easy way to add additional revenue to your shops. If you have a heat press machine, if you have a sublimation printer, or you guys can do heat transfer vinyl, that works as well. But this is 100% polyester and it's white, so you can print anything on these. You can print full colors. You can even press the entire bag and make it all over print. That's an option as well. I wonder if I have one around me. I can actually show you what an all over print would look like. This is a print we did for Black Lives Matter. We actually created bonnets for Black Lives Matter, the official Black Lives Matter site. So you can actually find these bonnets on their website right now. Minave made those. Here's some leftover fabric that I had from them. And you can press these bags the same way. You can make the print larger than the bag, put it on your press and press both sides, and you can get an all over print, even if we ship it to you completely put together. So this saves you a lot of time because then you don't have to, sit here and sew the bags. We did it already. You can order the bags. You can also order different ribbons. There are different ribbon options, so it does not have to be green. We have purple, pink, blues, blacks, rose golds, pretty much any color you think of. We can add a different ribbon to the bag. We can sell them without the ribbon in it, and you can thread the ribbon through. So there's a few different ways to do it. But anywho, this is a 6 by 9 inch bag. As you can see, the ribbon definitely pulls versus a drawstring where you pull it and that's it. With a ribbon, it can be super cute and super fancy because, everybody loves a bow, right? Especially if you're in the beauty or hair care, cosmetics, nails, anything like that where anything fancy and extra is a plus. So this is something that you can do here, and I'm about to show you how to do these. So I already completed all her 6 by 9s. I'm about to make her larger bags, which are 8 by 13s is what the size will be once they're completed, as you can see there. So the measurements for this, if you do decide to sew it yourself, is 16 by 16. That is the size of the fabric before we do any folding and putting anything together. This top fold I just ironed, I pressed it down. It's about 1.5 inches. Yep, 1.5 inches is where this is on the top. And this is folded down to create our channel for our ribbon to go in, as well as the little ruffle feature up top. So I already started. I have 20 of these to make. I got 2 more that I did not start on. And I do it assembly line style. So there's going to be 2 stitch lines, one up top, one on the bottom. That will encase your ribbon. I'm doing the top stitch first. And assembly line style means that I just do all of those stitches on every single bag before I go to the next stitch line. That just helps me move faster. A lot of people like, how the crap do you make 1,000 bags a month? This is how I do an assembly line. I don't make one full bag. I do one step through all of the pieces before I go to step 2. And I'll show you how I do that. So I'm going to turn the music back up and turn my mic off, and I'm about to sew. Once I get ready to go to the next step, I will come back on here and let you guys know what I'm doing. It's a super easy bag. This bag takes a total of 3 stitches, 2 stitches for your ribbon channel, and then the final stitch to put it together. You flip it, you thread your ribbon through, and that's literally it. But if you're not a sewer, seems just like me, you don't have a machine, and you just want to purchase the bags and customize them yourself for your clients, you can just order the bags from us. Our minimums are only 10, super low minimums. You can buy them 10 at a time. Minivate.com is where you can find those. The link is in the comments, or or you can go to menove.com and just search satin bags or gift bags. You'll find it. All right, y'all, let's go. All right, y'all. So that was the first. Let me turn. I got an echo. Hold on. Let me turn my volume down. Okay, so that was the first stitch. The first and second stitch actually. Stitch actually. Sorry, I'm getting tongue tied, y'all. Um, and if you are here with me, can you hear this echo that I hear? Let me do a sound check before I keep moving. Sorry, y'all hear me fumbling with my headphones. Okay, but I think we're okay. So that was the first and second stitch. Again, it's 20 bags. We just did it assembly style and I got through all of those stitches. So now I'm going to take everything out of the machine and separate all my bags. And I'm going to count just to make sure I actually have 20 because I did not count before I started. I didn't double count anyway. So let me adjust my camera. So again, these are super, super easy bags. If you can, sew on a straight line, you can do like me and use a magnet. You don't even have to eyeball it. Use a magnet, make sure your lines are straight. And you can do this with a basic machine. You don't even need an industrial machine the way that I have. And sorry if y'all hear me fumbling over my words. This echo is mad real. And it's hard trying to talk to y'all. And I can hear myself. I tried to turn it down and it didn't work. So bear with me. But I'm just cutting these all apart. And then we're going to fold these in half and actually turn it into a bag. Then I'll show you how I add my ribbon. There's a few different ways you can do it. I'm going the basic route today. It's the easiest way to add ribbon. But there are ways where you can make them and the edges are all the way secure. There's absolutely no way for any fraying or any fabric to poke through with other ways. But I charge more for those types of bags. This is the easiest way to do it. This is the most affordable and it still works. And I said I was going to count y'all and I started talking. So I did not count. Hopefully this is 20. Otherwise I'll be going back and cutting more fabric. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm too short. Okay, so I'll make those two off camera. But anyway, we got 18 bags here. And the next step is literally to just fold them in half. Keep your top up top. Don't fold it the wrong way. And you can pin these if needed. I do these all day, every day, so I don't really waste my time pinning. But you can absolutely pin it if needed. It's satin. If you're not used to working with satin, I highly recommend grabbing pins or some clips, quilter's clips, binder clips, whatever you call them. But I sew these with a, I don't know, let's do a 1/4 inch. No, I'm gonna go a little bit bigger than a 1/4 inch. So just in case I need to trim any of my edges, I got room to trim. So in between a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, whatever that is. What is that, like 5/8 or something like that? And pretty much I'm just going to go down the open edges. I'm going to go down the first line. Once I get to the corner, make sure that my needle is dropped and I'm going to pivot to give myself a perfect 90-degree turn. And once we flip them, they'll be nice and neat. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, turn the music back up, turn the mic off, and keep going. Or maybe I won't turn the mic off. So I wasn't sure if y'all can hear me with my music on. So if you are here and you can hear me, let me know. Just coming in. Oh, hey, Tiffany, I didn't even see you were there. Hi, love. I hope everything is going with you and the crew. Let's see, I'll put y'all comments up here so I can actually see y'all. Okay. Slow down. Turn. Oh, my bobbin thread just went out. So for this one, my bottom didn't line up, but I can see it. So I'm making sure that my bottom edge of that shorter line is against my magnet. And then I'll cut the excess off if you're wondering why I have so much over my magnet. That is why my square was a little off on this one. So as you can see, I kept my 90-degree angle according to the shorter piece. Because if I would have did it against that longer piece, then the bottom of my bag would have been open right there. So that happens if, you know, when you cut your fabric, your square isn't perfect. And I did use a quilter square, but you know, sometimes things happen. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm gonna do this one last bag and then go to the next step. Just so then that way this video isn't unnecessarily extremely long. Okay. So for the next step, we are going to cut these apart again. I like to press my little nippers against the top of the bag versus the bottom. So the top of this bag is attached to the bottom of this bag. I like to cut the threads against the top portion. So then that way you don't have all those extra threads overlapping on the bottom. Those little random stragglies are okay. It's on the inside of the bag. And I'll show you what to do to clean up the inside of these bags if it just absolutely drives you crazy. And it also depends on your price point. You know, if you are selling these on the higher end, then you definitely want to go back in and clean everything up. Every little piece, it needs to be perfect. If you're selling these as, you know, free promotional add-ons or just a cute way to package your stuff, and it's probably not going to be something that you think the clients are going to keep for forever, then you can, you know, stay on the, I guess you'll call it the lazy end. Even though I do like to clean everything up no matter what, it just also depends on the amount of time that you're going to put into it. You know, pay yourself for your time. If these are going to be little bags that you add 50 cents or $1 to something for, then you may not want to spend a lot of time making sure that they're perfect. So again, it just depends on the price point. I charge a decent amount. These are $3.50, depending on if they're customized or not, per bag. So, you know, for a $3 bag, I do want to make sure that people can reuse them, and that's wholesale. If I was selling them retail, they would be about $6 to $7. So that will definitely tell you how much work and how much time you need to put into your items. So I'm going to scoot over away from the machine before I start to trim these, just to keep me from having to clean my machine more often than I have to. So these are pinking shears. They'll come in different colors. I got an orange pair. This is a black pair. My black ones are my heavy duty ones. I use these to trim down my ends, and that keeps it from doing all of this. All of that fraying. I don't know if you can see. But that takes that away. And another way to avoid fraying edges is to use the serger, which I do have a serger. But I just hate pulling that thing out. I really do. And depending on price, again, if I'm selling them on the higher end, I will use my serger. But for these are like my mid grade. I'll just pinking shears the ends, and that will keep it from fraying. So if you can see, it gives it like a crinkly edge, and that keeps the thread from pulling. As you wash, the edges will kind of like ball up into each other. I don't know what terminology to use, but it will stay. Even if they fray a little bit, it won't get super crazy raggedy like it will if you don't do anything. If you don't do anything, oh, it's gonna be a fool. It's going to leave a big mess on the inside of your bags. So it just, again, depends on your price point, depends on how much time you want to spend on these. The higher you charge, the more work you need to put into them. That's kind of the formula. But anywho, there's a nice clean edge. So this is one that has been trimmed with pinking shears versus, let me find one that's all frayed up, versus one that hasn't. You can see all the loose edges. So your next step would be to flip your bag. Flip, flip, flip. If you need to push your edges out, this is actually a little crochet needle that I'm using. I just gently tap my edges. I don't want to push a hole through, and that gives you nicer corners. I'll do like a tug on the side that I did a seam on, and that makes sure that it lays really nice. I rarely press these unless I have to, because I actually like the bags being a little bit on the fluffy end. It just makes them, I don't know, look real soft and supple versus just creased and pressed. So it does also depend on your client and what they want. You can ask them if you're not sure. I know some people that press regardless. They don't do anything without pressing. That's just kind of what's drilled into them. But that does change the finished look. A flat bag versus a nice fluffy bag. So now you want to give yourself an opening for your ribbon. So right now, this is my seam. So you're going to want to be careful with this part. Take a seam ripper and try to only catch the top layer, because if you catch both layers, it's going to go all the way through. Oops, sorry, let me come up. So I'm only catching the first layer. I just kind of wiggle it so I can feel. I got my finger back there. I can feel that it didn't go all the way through. So above that bottom stitch line and below the top stitch line, give yourself an opening like that. Then take a lighter. Hold on, I got it back. Let me try not to hit the camera. Grab a lighter and seal the edge that you just opened, because otherwise those will fray real bad. Just hit it real quick. You don't want to burn the bag, but that will keep that opening from getting really ugly. And believe it or not, that's it. That stays. You'll be able to wash this and it'll stay. It'll stay nice and neat. I have wash tested these. If when you go to wash these bags, they still fall apart, you didn't hit it hard enough with the wire. And then do the same on the other side of your crease. So 2 openings, one on one side, one on the other. And then I want to make sure I seal off that second side. And you can kind of feel it too. It'll kind of get a little crunchy. And you know that it's good and sealed. Okay, so next I'm going to take my little drawstring cordon doohickey. I don't know what it's called. I think this is a Dritz brand item, and it's used for drawstrings for like a hoodie or sweatpants. I use it for everything. I put the ribbon through my bonnets, through my bags. I put my elastic in that way. And it's just a super easy way to thread your stuff faster. Because of course you can definitely use a safety pin. I got safety pins here. I got a few items here. You can use safety pins. I got those. But I just use this because it's faster. So I did not measure out what size ribbon I need. So let's see. I take my ribbon and fold it in half, and then kind of just give myself maybe 2 to 3 inches of overhang. And I'm going to measure it there. So for this 18 by 13 inch bag, we are looking at 20 inches of ribbon. So 20 inches will do the job. And then I take this pointy end of my drawstring quarter, go through one hole and just go all the way around. It's got a nice soft curve to it, so it will curve with your bag. And then come out on the other end, like so. Then I take my ribbon, just roll it up a few times so it fits. Just give myself enough for it to catch and just maneuver it through. Once you get it through the hole, it's just literally just pulling it. So pull it, pull it, pull it. And I just threaded a bag. That's it, y'all. That's it, that's it. If you want to sew down the ribbon so they don't accidentally pull it out, which I highly recommend because they will. People will pull it out. They special. You can do that, and I'll show you in 1 second. Let me finish off these ribbon edges. You can cut them straight. You can keep them crinkly with your pinking shears, or you can do, you know, the traditional diagonal cut. I like to cut them both at the same time so they match. Then we're going to heat seal the edge of these just like we did that opening. Just until you get a nice firm edge, and you know it won't fray on you. And then what I like to do is pinch it on your seam right here so I can find the direct opposite end. Pinch it there again just to give myself a quick little line of a guideline, and then just give yourself a couple stitches back and forth on that line that you just made across your ribbon. And now, no matter how hard they pull it, that ribbon will never get sucked or pulled into the bag. They can use this bag for as long as they like, as long as they take care of it, because it is satin. So, you know, avoid, sharp, jagged edges, nails, rough wood tables, things that'll, pull on your satin and put runs in it. But other than that, that's it. And let's measure it. Let's see how good that I do. So it's supposed to be 8 by 13. Remember, the square was a 16 by 16 inch square. So from the bottom of the bag to the ribbon, not the top, the bottom of the bag to the actual usable space is 13 inches long. And then the bottom, across the bottom, we are at 8 inches on the money. That is an 8 by 13 inch bag, y'all. That's it, that's all. Pull it, tie it. If you want a longer, more dramatic ribbon, you definitely can. This is what 20 inches gets you. And now they have a bag that's big enough for extensions. You can get a frontal in there. If you sell cosmetics, you can definitely get a bunch of cosmetics in here. Let's say you have a cosmetic bag, a vinyl or PVC bag, and you want to package that up even further, you can slide it into a satin bag. If you sell fragrances, body sprays, those will fit in there, facial cleansers, shea body butters, so many different things. And it's much nicer to package it in a satin bag versus a paper bag or a PVC bag. And then it is kind of eco-friendly, y'all, because you can wash it and reuse it versus giving them something that they're just going to throw away. So this is definitely an eco-friendly item that you can add to your stash of goodies. So we sell these blank. You can buy these just like this, add a name, logo, or anything to it yourself. If you're a custom shop, you can do it for a client, or you can literally just purchase it and use it like this. You don't have to put anything on it. So that is me making satin bags. Please let me know if there is anything else that you would love to see me make, something that you see on my site that we hand make. I'd be happy to show you. You guys can create them for yourself, for your clients, add some revenue, or just come get them from us. We will definitely help you guys out and provide you with all the products that you need. Have a fantastic evening. I hope your week is going well and that it will continue to go well. And I will talk to y'all next time. All right.